Ever pondered about the science behind the food that tantalizes your taste buds? You might not realize it, but every bite you take is a symphony of sensations, a celebration of culinary science and artistry that we call food gastronomy. In its essence, gastronomy is the study of food and culture, with a particular focus on gourmet cuisine. But it's so much more than that. To truly appreciate gastronomy, we must first understand how it permeates our daily lives. Each meal you consume, every recipe you try, every new flavor you explore is a testament to the intriguing world of gastronomy. The morning coffee that jolts you awake, the hearty lunch that fuels your afternoon, the comforting dinner that rounds off your day, all are products of this fascinating field. In the realm of gastronomy, food is not just about sustenance, it's about creating an experience. It's about the perfect blend of taste, smell, texture, and temperature that makes each dish unique. It's about how the sharp tanginess of a lemon meringue pie contrasts with the sweet, fluffy meringue, or how the crunch of a perfectly seared steak complements the juicy, tender meat within. It's about the warmth of a spicy curry on a cold day, or the refreshing coolness of an ice cream on a sweltering afternoon. Gastronomy invites us to consider food as a journey, an adventure for the senses. It encourages us to explore new cuisines, try unfamiliar ingredients, and challenge our culinary boundaries. It asks us to savor each bite, to relish each flavor, to appreciate the craftsmanship that goes into creating a meal. But more than just the enjoyment of food, gastronomy also encompasses the social and cultural aspects of eating. It explores how our food choices reflect our identities, our traditions, and our values. It investigates how food brings people together, how it creates a sense of community, how it binds us to our roots and connects us to the world. Realize it or not, gastronomy plays a pivotal role in your everyday meals. This is not just about the food on your plate, but the story behind it, the journey it took to get there, and the memories it helps create. Welcome to the intriguing world of gastronomy. Gastronomy, much like food itself, has a rich and diverse history. Born from the simple need for sustenance, gastronomy has evolved into a field that marries the science of food with the art of cooking. But how did we get here? Let's whisk ourselves back to the dawn of civilization. Our ancestors, the hunter-gatherers, were the first gastronomes, though they didn't know it yet. Their diet was dictated by the seasons, and they learned to harness fire to cook their food, enhancing its taste and making it easier to digest. Fast forward to the agricultural revolution. The advent of farming brought with it a wider variety of food. People began to experiment with flavors and techniques, leading to the birth of different cuisines across the globe. From the delicate art of sushi in Japan to the rich and hearty stews of Europe, gastronomy was taking form. The Middle Ages saw the introduction of exotic spices into Western cuisine through trade routes. This period also marked the beginning of gastronomy as a discipline, with the publication of cookbooks and the establishment of culinary schools. As we moved into the modern era, gastronomy continued to evolve. The Industrial Revolution brought about new cooking techniques and equipment, while the World Wars and the Great Depression influenced how people cooked and ate. The post-war period saw a resurgence of interest in gastronomy, with the emergence of celebrity chefs and the popularization of international cuisines. Today, gastronomy is recognized both as a scientific discipline and an art form. It's a reflection of our culture, our history, and our identity. The influence of various cultures has shaped gastronomy, making it as diverse and dynamic as the people who practice it. And so, from the primal act of cooking meat over a fire, to the sophisticated molecular gastronomy of today, the journey of gastronomy is a fascinating one. It's a journey that has seen the transformation of food from a mere means of survival to an expression of creativity and culture. The journey of gastronomy, indeed, mirrors the tale of civilization itself. Gastronomy is not just about taste and aroma, there's a whole lot of science involved. Imagine biting into a juicy apple, the crunch, the sweetness, the slight tartness. All of these sensations are a result of complex interactions between the food and our senses, mediated by a host of chemical and biological processes. In gastronomy, chemistry plays a pivotal role. It's the chemical compounds in food that give it its taste, smell, and texture. For example, the sweetness of the apple comes from sugars like fructose, while its tartness is due to malic acid. The crunch? That's the result of the apple's cellular structure, which collapses when you bite into it, releasing juice that's been locked inside.
Then there's the Maillard reaction, named after the French chemist who discovered it. This is a chemical reaction between amino acids and reducing sugars that gives browned food its distinctive flavor. This is the science behind why a seared steak or a toasted marshmallow tastes so different from their raw counterparts. Our senses, particularly smell and taste, are key players in the gastronomic experience. These senses work together to create what we perceive as flavor. While our taste buds can only distinguish basic tastes, sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami, it's our sense of smell that's responsible for detecting the myriad of volatile compounds that contribute to the complex flavors we experience. Biology also plays a part in gastronomy. The textures we enjoy in food, whether it's the crunch of a crisp or the creaminess of ice cream, are largely determined by the food's structure at the microscopic level. This structure in turn is influenced by factors such as cooking methods, ingredients used, and their inherent biological properties. Understanding the scientific aspects of gastronomy can enhance our appreciation of food. It can lead to innovative culinary creations, as chefs use this knowledge to play with flavors, textures, and presentation. Gastronomy, at its core, is a delightful blend of science and art. Modern cuisine has embraced gastronomy, leading to the creation of unique and innovative dishes. Indeed, gastronomy, the art of choosing, cooking, and eating good food, has transformed the culinary world. It has pushed the boundaries of what we thought was possible in the kitchen, helping chefs to conjure up dishes that are not only delicious but also visually stunning and aromatic. Consider the way gastronomy has influenced the techniques used in modern cuisine. Sous vide, for example, is a method of cooking where food is vacuum sealed in a bag and then cooked to a very precise temperature in a water bath. This technique, born from the principles of gastronomy, allows for unparalleled control over the cooking process, leading to dishes that are cooked to perfection. But it's not just about cooking food to the perfect temperature. Gastronomy has also opened up a world of possibilities when it comes to presentation. Chefs now use elements like edible flowers, foams, and even smoke to create a multisensory dining experience that goes beyond taste. The use of aroma is another significant aspect of gastronomy in modern cuisine. Chefs are now using aromatic ingredients not just for flavor, but also to enhance the overall dining experience. For instance, the scent of a dish can evoke memories and emotions, adding another layer to the culinary adventure. And then there's molecular gastronomy, a subdiscipline that applies the principles of science to cooking. This has led to the creation of dishes that are nothing short of artworks, with textures and flavors that are truly out of this world. Think of spheres that burst in your mouth, releasing a flood of flavor, or transparent ravioli that lets you see its contents before you even take a bite. These are just some of the ways gastronomy has influenced modern cuisine, and the possibilities are endless. Chefs around the world continue to experiment and innovate, using gastronomy as a tool to create dishes that are not only delicious, but also a feast for the eyes and the senses. Gastronomy has indeed revolutionized the way we prepare and experience food. So, where is this fascinating field of gastronomy headed? As we look to the horizon, we see gastronomy taking bold strides into the future, becoming an essential tool in the creation of sustainable and nutritious food. Imagine a world where chefs and scientists work hand in hand, using the principles of gastronomy to craft dishes that not only taste phenomenal, but are also eco-friendly and health-enhancing. Imagine a world where food waste is a thing of the past, thanks to the innovative use of every part of the ingredient, a fundamental principle in gastronomy. Picture a world where the nutrients in our meals are perfectly balanced for our individual health needs, all while delivering a culinary experience that delights the senses. This is the future gastronomy is guiding us towards, a future where food is not just about sustenance, but about experience, sustainability, and health. The future of gastronomy holds promise for exciting culinary adventures. Gastronomy, as we've seen, is much more than a fancy term. It's an intricate dance of science, art, and culture that shapes the way we eat, cook, and perceive food. From its historical roots, where it was merely a survival instinct, gastronomy has evolved into an integral part of our modern cuisine, infusing creativity and innovation into every bite. The science behind it is fascinating, with molecular gastronomy breaking down the very essence of food, transforming textures, flavors, and presentations. It's not just about tantalizing the taste buds, but also about engaging the mind, evoking an emotional response. And the future of gastronomy?
Well, it's as expansive as our culinary imagination. With the advent of technology and a growing emphasis on sustainability, the gastronomic landscape is set to become even more diverse and exciting. Next time you savor a meal, remember, there's a whole world of gastronomy at play on your plate.